Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Civilization 6 Gathering Storm, where it seems like we have some direction now. I was thinking about this a little bit while I was loading the game up. A religious victory is kind of an unfortunate one to go for in our first game with the new expansion, because it's very unlikely that we're going to see the late game if this works. So we're probably not going to see the climate change system really come into play at all. Listen, this is not the only game of Gathering Storm we're going to play on the channel. We'll play a science victory next, or something that will necessarily take us to the end of the game. Because religious victories tend to resolve somewhere around the Middle Ages, which I guess is, thematically appropriate. So we have our religious buildings being constructed, we have other important buildings being constructed, we're saving up gold to buy markets and workshops. I think things are going pretty well here. Also, notice this. For some reason, Robert moved his Moksha into this city. I don't know exactly what upgrades he has for Moksha, but the basic thing that Moksha does is increase pressure, religious pressure from this city. So he's helping us to spread our religion a little bit. I think religious pressure in the city is influenced by its population. I think the number of religious citizens affects how much pressure is going out. So Moksha in a 2-population city is maybe not amazing, but yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate every little bit he can give us. Now, we can do kind of a combined religious military thing if we have to. If it turns out to be the case that we are going to have trouble converting a lot of some enemies' cities, like perhaps whoever is in control of Zoroastrianism, we can just do to them what we did to Spain. And in fact, the fact that we removed Spain from the game is going to make it a lot easier for us to win this religious victory. I'm just saying, we may need to repeat that with America or the Zoroastrians. But even wiping out all of the other religion founders will not win us the game. We still have to get our religion predominant in every civ. So next turn we'll have the mosque completed. I wish, there might be a way to view all of the wonders that have ever been built. I was kind of curious because... Oh, that's the wrong button. This is the button I want. Is there a list of... No, there is not a list of wonders. Yeah. I bet there's a game log somewhere where we could view all of the messages we've received down here in the lower right, and that would tell us which wonders have been built. I wonder if anybody has built boy, I don't know how that's pronounced. Hagia Sophia? Maybe Hagia Sophia? Because this, obviously, would be pretty useful for us. It just has to be built on flat ground next to a holy site? And you must have founded a religion. Yeah, that is the sort of thing that an AI very well might have built already. Not very complicated to get going. Oh, really? There are even more barbarians. Well, okay, let's land our dude over here, which we can do next turn, and take care of that. And in the meantime, we just need to know what is up with all the other players. Yes, this wonder is not on our list of available wonders. Saint Michel gives all apostles you create the Martyr Ability. The Martyr Ability is pretty much what it sounds like. If your Martyr apostle is slain in Theological combat, it produces a relic, much like the relic that we have in our capital. I believe Martyr only gives you the relic if you're slain in Theological combat, not if you're slain by a military unit, although you would think that, if anything, you should get a better relic when slain by a military unit. That's very much what martyring is, right? Plus 20% faith in this city, and you get some warrior monks, which are faith-based military units. If this didn't take 31 turns to build... I mean, it won't be that bad forever, right? We'll get some more production going, but man, even with a pretty good... industrial zone with a workshop in it, we're still looking at 31 turns of production here. This 710 is a high cost. Well, I'm not sure that we're going to need a lot of military units at this point. Petra's not very good here. We could build an aqueduct for additional housing, which, there's some use to additional housing here. I guess this would be a good time to just build a university then. Alright, and we have enough faith to buy something. We have our mosque up so we can buy better stuff. Let's talk about these units and what they actually do. The Missionary gives 3 religion spreads, and in fact, it would probably be best to look at this in the Civilopedia. The Missionary gives 3 religion spreads by default, 4 spread charges because of our mosque, and it has 100 religious strength. I believe that the religious strength only affects its strength in theological combat, not the amount of our religion that it spreads when it uses a charge. The Apostle has the same 3 spreads, again, boosted to 4. They have a slightly higher religious strength, but one thing that's one big difference between Apostles and Missionaries is that Apostles can initiate theological combat while Missionaries can only defend. If we were to run into religious units of the other players and defeat them in theological combat, it provides a significant boost to our religion in all of the cities within, I believe, it's either 6 or 10 tiles of the fight, and it dramatically reduces their religion in all of those cities as well. So actually, engaging in theological combat is a super powerful way to spread your religion, which is why the cost difference between the Apostle and the Missionary is so big, despite the fact that the Missionary is just as good at spreading religion. The Guru can't initiate theological combat and doesn't have the spread religion ability. It's just a unit for healing your Apostles and Missionaries of the damage that they take while engaging in theological combat. A force of a couple of Apostles backed up by a good Guru can completely devastate someone's religion, but only if they are producing religious units that will engage in theological combat with you. If they're not, Missionaries are just straight up better than Apostles. For right now, I'm going to buy a Missionary, and we're going to keep scouting out the situation. Missionaries are very fast-moving units. Actually, maybe I should buy 2 Missionaries and send one to the east and one to the north. Yeah, I kind of like that. We need to feel out what is going on out there in the religious world, see if there are actual religious units running around. Because the other players founded religions, but we don't know how seriously they're taking them. They may not feel that it's worth the effort. They may be very focused on other game plans. Oh, you know, I didn't know if the Hagia Sophia was on the list because we didn't have the ability to build it yet. There we go. So we could totally build this. It would give us another spread religion. It's certainly interesting. We could replace this marsh with it. Or we could spend 155 gold to build it here, which we are absolutely not doing. 31 turns is an awful lot. We could rebase some of our trade routes to Cuzco, coming out of Cuzco to move industry into it. I don't know if it's worth the time, honestly. And if we're thinking that we might need to supplement our religion with military, it may well be worthwhile to just finish this university instead. The Hagia Sophia is strong, no doubt. Am I pronouncing it a different way every single time I say it? I might be. It does give an additional 4 faith per turn, which at this point is a 10% boost to our total faith output, so that's... Yeah, what the heck, let's go for it. We'll figure it out, we'll get it. Alright, so you are headed north, and you are headed east. Look at the beauty that is a functional road network. You I was totally buying a tile for. That is absolutely worth doing. We just need more food in this city. And keep in mind all that extra food. Oh, that was our sixth farm. Sixth farm, which boosts feudalism. So we've gained feudalism now. Newly trained builders start with 2 extra build actions. Farms get extra food from adjacent farms. And also, apparently, our knowledge of stirrups has advanced. Is the boost for stirrups just get feudalism? Yep, it totally is. Okay, well. We can now make a pretty powerful cavalry unit out of our iron. It is weird to me that knights... I get knights requiring iron, that makes sense. But it's weird to me that they don't also require horses. You would think, if anything, they would have to have better horses than the other horse units. You know, to carry the heavy guys. So what are we, what are we headed after next? Now that we have Buttress, I mean, we were going in the general direction of Cartography. Shipyards are also very useful. Let's get Cartography. I don't really know what we're... what we're looking for, but I bet that being able to see stuff across the ocean will be helpful. So in 2 turns, when we finish this industrial zone, we will not have enough to buy out a workshop. I mean, buying out the workshop in Valladolid might still be the right play. I don't know. We have a lot of money, and I'm extremely uncertain as to what to do with it. Hey, Teddy. No? Okay. That makes sense. I get it. I see where he's coming from. What's up? Oh, the long death has arrived. Isn't it always? Oh, hey. We've met Cyrus of Persia. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not remember anything about who Persia is as a civ or what their agendas are. So let's have a quick look, shall we? We also should probably send him a delegation. Peace would be useful for us. So he is an opportunist. He likes leaders who have declared surprise wars and dismisses leaders who do not use surprise war declarations. Okay, so he's going to like all of our enemies and dislike us. Well, hopefully he's far away. We've earned ourselves a great merchant, apparently. So great merchants have a wide variety of different abilities. This hasn't really come up yet, so we should talk about this. When you hit the top of the great merchant bar, when you fill your great merchant bar, you are allowed to take the great merchant, obviously, and it will spend your bar down and serve up a new great person of that type with a different ability and a slightly higher cost. You are also allowed to pass. If you pass, it will deduct some of your great person points, and it will lower the cost of this great person. You will not be able to claim them in the future, but obviously if somebody else claims them, you still have a huge amount of points built up, and you might get to immediately claim the next one. So if this ability was bad, we could just say, no thank you, let me have the next one. I actually like this quite a bit. We're going to take this. Apparently that earned us a boost to mercantilism. Mercantilism is a civic. It has to do with earning great people. Is it earning different types of great people? That was our first one of those. Nope, it's just get a great merchant. Okay. So now we have a great merchant who is going to provide us with a free governor title, which is pretty cool. We definitely have use of governor titles. There are things we could do with that. Oh yeah, excellent terrace farm. Look at how good that terrace farm is. Can't believe the barbarian camps are still just like spearmen. That guy's gonna have a hard time surviving. Alright, so we want to go and put pressure on Haddington. Like, I'm concerned about the fact that Cullen is still losing our religion. I'm also concerned about the fact that, like, in the religion view, areas of the same religion are supposed to appear the same color, you know, for the purpose of making it easier to read what's going on. For some reason, this Protestantism bubble is a different color than this area, despite the fact that this area is also labeled Protestantism. I don't know what to make of that. Maybe it's just because we can't actually see the city over here. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I think we're going to continue pushing this way as hard as we can. We're going to convert as many of these Scottish cities as possible. You have a builder charge left, and I don't know what to do with it. We could just build a normal farm. If we were to buy this tile and then build a farm here, it would get bonus food due to the 2 adjacent farms. We also could just move this guy to a different city. Cusco has 8 population and does not have 8 good tiles for population to work in. Also, these cows are not pastured. Yeah, let's go fix that. Alright, well, it looks like we'll be getting out of the water. So now we know what's up with Zoroastrianism. They have an apostle here. We probably need to start building theological combat units then. Move our guy over to here and pop a governor title. And now we must make a decision. We were heading down Raina's tree. Tax collector is great. Contractor is great. But if we're going to go ahead and engage in this whole religion thing, do we instead want to appoint Moksha? His religious pressure bonus could be pretty useful. If we put it in, like, Cajamarca, it can help hold the bulwark. Unfortunately, he can only be assigned to our cities, and we can't really push pressure out beyond the stuff that's already converted. Plus religious strength in combat in tiles of this city. City ignores religious pressure from other religions, and you gain faith equal to 25% of the construction cost when finishing buildings. That's compelling. And apostles and warrior monks receive extra promotions. Apostles start with a promotion, so this would mean that they start with 2 promotions instead. Or allows the city to purchase districts straight up with faith. We definitely don't want this because we're going to be spending a lot of faith on actual religious units. He's certainly not bad. But, like, would we be better off continuing to push down Magnus's line, for example, or probably not picking up any of the other new ones? You know, let's get him. We're going to need a lot of faith to do this, and he has sources of faith, so let's throw him down in Cajamarca. I guess Seville is also a place that it might have been useful to do that. You can see pressure has now converted Valencia away from Catholicism. We're not in any big hurry on these. Like, it doesn't matter much because we have our religion in enough of our cities that the presence of these does not disrupt the fact that elephants are my primary religion. It's like 400 to build an apostle? Okay. 460. Every time you purchase a religious unit, it boosts the costs of religious units. Let's see what he's going to do with his apostle. You would like my second copy of Turtles in exchange for money and favor. Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. So I don't know if that guy actually vanished. He could have used his last charge there. I'm not sure why we suddenly lost vision of him. Okay. We gotta be careful, right? If he were to engage in theological combat with us, you can see down there he would totally beat our ass. So, have to be cautious about that. Turns out we are going to need the theological combat bonus of the Reformed Church. So he has the same 4 move that we have. Oh, remember, we have bonus spreads and stuff from our Golden Age dedication, in case you were wondering why that says 6. We have a pretty powerful group of bonuses going here. I'm debating just running straight away, or coming down here and trying to throw down some conversions in the hopes of getting him to come down, spend himself out, and then we just keep spending afterward because we have so many more charges than he probably does. I think I'm going to back off for now. I want him to spend himself out, and then we can just go in and fix the situation afterward. I think we probably don't want to stop this trade route because we're building this audience chamber. We need the industry for the audience chamber. But now that we have an alliance, a proper alliance with Robert, these trade routes are looking a little bit more attractive, right? With the extra culture on them and everything. Let's keep running this trade route just as it is. You... How close are we to owning this tile? Not close. That is not the direction the city is trying to grow in. Man. Alright. Just buy that. I want to build that terrace farm too. Oh, hey, look at that. Somehow, neither I nor Spain ever discovered that village. I believe all of those villages are on the map at the beginning of the game. None of them are built later. Well, I say let's just go straight to the workshop. I don't think we are, in fact, going to buy that, because I think we're going to want to buy the market in this commercial hub instead. Alright, let's see if anything crazy happens here. He would like open borders. I am not interested in doing this deal. I don't want to give him my favor, and I don't want his money. I do want his money, but I don't want to give him any of these things. No, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not allowed in my territory. And that applies to your religious units, too. He won't listen to that. Is this your last charge? No, you have one more build after this. Look at how good these tiles are. Also, the terrace farms look pretty cool. Hold on, let me turn off the yield labels. Yeah, the terrace farms look pretty neat. I have definitely had people complain about me having the yield labels on all game, and I apologize if that bothers you. I need to know what all the numbers on the tiles are, and I don't have the game worked out in my head well enough yet to be able to just look at a tile and go, okay, well, it must be 3 and 3 right now. So we have this settler. I don't exactly know what my plan is here. Putting a city down up here definitely aids us more in applying religious pressure, so that's probably what we ought to do. You can see in these positions we'd be losing loyalty pressure, but we can fix that in a variety of ways. I'm not too worried about that. This counts as a mountain. So if we built right here, we could build an aqueduct there. It would occasionally get filled with lava, but that's not so bad. And that gives us a pretty good spot to build a harbor if we wanted to, access to a fair number of resources, some pretty okay tiles. Who knows, that volcano might enrich the soil and make that stuff better. I kind of think I want to do that, just to have an additional place to fire religious pressure out of. And in fact, Moksha probably ends up here, right? Yeah, I actually like that quite a bit. It is going to take forever to get this guy up there. He is very poorly positioned for where I want to do this. Well, you have your orders. Do I want to just wait a second? Or, like, do I run this guy up to Zanzibar? Because I kind of want to run this guy up into America, right? We need to see what's happening in America religiously. Keep in mind that religious units can be killed by military units. I believe you have to be at war with the player in order to do that. But it is possible that it would be worth going to war with Cyrus in order to kill his military units with our swordsmen, or his religious units with our swordsmen. Just gonna take a quick peek in here. Oh, I think that guy is gone. He sure is. Quickly, tell them all about the elephants. Show them the pictures with the floppy ears. No one could resist this. This is our most potent weapon. The pictures of the floppy ears. We should probably build a shrine here, and we should also probably purchase that market. Actually, we probably can't, right? Isn't it 480? Okay, we have to wait till next turn to do that. Absolutely not. I don't need your money that badly. Everybody wants my favor. It's possible that I'm undervaluing it a little bit, because it doesn't seem to me to be worth what everybody else is willing to pay for it. I guess we'll find out. Okay, this I think I'm willing to rebase. Well, actually, when we finish this harbor, we're gaining access to another trade route. So it probably is worth continuing to build industry in this city so that we can get another trade route slot. Yeah, sure. Trade routes into the capital are good for our religious pressure as well, which is nice. You have one build left. So we could get the stone or we could get the turtles. I don't know. I don't know if a third copy of the turtle is... Oh no! That guy came back! He's returned. He is unswayed by the floppy ear picture. Run! I wonder if there's any way that I could get Robert to declare a joint war on... What's-his-face? I don't have access to that term, it seems like. Do I have to start a war myself, or... Oh, you know what? Probably the way that works is like we make it's a Casus Belli on him. Because I haven't really played that much with the proposable joint war term. No, maybe not. Okay, well let's talk about the different types of war. So you can always just drop a surprise war on somebody, and that's how every war that we've seen so far has worked, right? You generate a lot of grievances right away, and you generate a lot of extra grievances during the war by doing it this way. This is just like everybody in the world is going to be like, if we were to do this, everybody else in the world would be like, wow, what is Inca's problem right now? What is wrong with them? If we can make up a good reason to go to war, the grievance penalty will be reduced. The world will not think that we are so terrible. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. You can declare a formal war if you denounce a player and then wait some period of time, basically warn them that things between you are getting icy. You can declare a war of reconquest, which requires a denunciation, but generates no grievances at all, it looks like, as long as you only use it to capture cities that they originally took from you. Declare a protectorate war, which gives you a good excuse to defend allied city-states. I believe there's also a liberation war. Some of this stuff, you don't start the game with all of these. We've been unlocking them through the civics tree. Liberation war allows you to go to war with somebody with no grievances in order to liberate a city-state that they have already conquered, I believe. A war of retribution. I don't know exactly how that works. And there is a Golden Age war. This declaration is available. I don't exactly remember how it works. I think it's one of the Golden Age dedications gives you access to this. Or maybe it's just I'm allowed to declare war on him for fewer grievances because I'm in a Golden Age and everybody loves me. But there's some way to get AI players to declare a joint war on somebody else with you. And it would be really cool if all of these Scottish troops that are just sitting around might massacre some Zoroastrians on our behalf. Let us poke around here. I remember Vilnius wanted to be converted. After this action, there will be 2 citizens following our religion, which means we'll be pretty close to tipping the city over. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend some charges on that. I think that's worthwhile. And we're gonna get ourselves a proper apostle as soon as we can afford one, so that we can go over and fight the Zoroastrian apostles. When your units take damage in theological combat, they can be healed by going to a site of faith, which is like your holy city or a holy site, I believe. So it might be a good idea for us to build a holy site in Cajamarca when it hits 7 population, just so that we have a place that our religious units can go to recover. Let's see, we spent all our gold. I have one of those nagging feelings that I'm forgetting to do something. Yeah, whatever. Alright, we have not been attacked by the Apostle. In fact, he is delving deep into our territory. I don't think this is going to work out that well for him. We have a pretty strong hold on all these cities, since they're all shooting pressure at each other. Although Cullen did flip back to neutral. Okay, so we have another trade route slot. That's definitely a thing that I am prioritizing highly. Build me a trade unit. So we could... actually, I was going to use this charge to build a pasture, right? But we could also use it to chop down a forest to help out with the construction of our wonder. And we do have Magnus here, who gives us extra yield from chopping forest. Hold on, if we were to move you here and chop that, let's see how much it would help. Oh, we met the final other player. Oh, Cristina, Queen of Sweden. Do I greet a fellow lover of learning? Yeah. I guess. I mean, that's not my primary focus. I like that she's already sort of forgotten we're here. She's like, okay, yes, that's lovely. I'm reading right now. Could you maybe buzz off? Okay, so she does not have a religion of her own. Right, it was Teddy and Cyrus. Okay, so we gotta find her lands and figure out what her religious situation is as well. Yeah, we should probably just convert New York. Go ahead and finish dropping charges on it. Do we want to build a mine here, or do we want to pick up another copy? Building a fishing boat adds food, I think. I do like that. And not that this city's going to have a ton of trouble with food, but yeah, I think we want to actually get in the water and pick up another copy of Turtles. And this has yielded... Oh, we got a new recon unit. And since our unique unit is the highest type of recon unit we've researched, we got this thing. Where did that guy appear? Okay, he appeared in our nearest city. So he has 40 range strength, only 1 attack range. He's fast like a scout. He's a recon unit, so he has the scout upgrade tree with the with the movement bonuses through difficult terrain and stuff. That's interesting. I don't know what we're going to do with him exactly. I mean, I guess I do. He's going to go out in the water and explore the world. And actually be pretty good at it, probably. Alright, let's see what's up with this apostle. Okay, he's running around, spending charges. That's fine. That's fine. We can outspend him. We should probably have a quick look at our social policies. So, there are some policies that will boost your religious combat strength. We do not have access to them yet. We're working toward that civic, though. Established governors provide... Oh, that's right. This does not actually affect very many of our governors at the moment. We definitely want our holy site bonuses up. That said, this is also very, very good, and our housing situation's a lot less dire than it used to be. I wonder if we could cut Insulae, because Craftsman is very good. It's especially good for the wonder we're working on. Yeah, let's do that. We got a governor title. I think we want to be leveling up Moksha. Grand Inquisitor probably will not be directly relevant, but Citadel of God totally will be. Okay, so if we were to hold this, it would be 105 production. That's a pretty significant amount of the total cost, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Does make the tile worse, but sacrifices must be made. In the name of honoring our Pachyderm Lord. Boy, we're really having to pour the religious pressure in here. Okay, so that's their original capital. This should... Yeah, okay, this will flip us over. Oh! The proselytizers are not welcome among my people. I must ask that you remove them immediately. So, if I tell him that I'm not going to spend any more spread religion charges in his land, we gain favor. Or I could tell him to buzz off and gain some grievances. But I imagine if I tell him that we will, and then we keep doing it, it probably generates even more grievances. I wonder if you lose the favor. You know what? Let's find out. I'm going to tell him that I won't do it, and then we're absolutely going to do it again, just because I want to know what happens when that occurs. And you are getting in the water. We need some scouting. Okay, so next turn we'll have enough faith for the apostle. Yes, I will accept your embassy. And you want... No, everybody wants my favor. They're offering, like, luxuries for it and stuff, which is definitely interesting. If we were in a worse situation with amenities, that might be worth pursuing. Okay, we will finally get the city flipped over with this charge. It has taken a lot of them. Oh, a second Zoroastrian apostle. He's not going to make this easy on us. Well, let's get our swordsmen back over here, because I'm going to need to condemn those guys. That cannot be allowed. Now, let's see if we can flip Vilnius real quick. So now that we have our harbor, the first thing we want to build is a lighthouse, which will grant us another trade route capacity. We are not that far off from being able to just buy the lighthouse, actually. Maybe we work on a shrine here. We'll just purchase the lighthouse in a moment. Oh, I didn't buy my apostle. Let's do that. I'm certainly not going to wait until the wonder is completed. We will eventually be getting even better apostles, but we're going to need some bodies out here right now. So Haddington's got to be pretty close to the line, right? We'll have... Oh no, Haddington has 13 population. It's actually a major project to convert this. We have 4 citizens of our religion in here after this. Well, it's got to be done, I suppose. We could just wait for all of the pressure to accumulate naturally, but that's going to take a while. Somebody just built Kotoku-in. I already don't remember which one that is. Okay. 2 citizens of our religion. We must be close to Teddy's holy city. Mexico City has just declared war on Persia. I'm assuming that that is a city-state. Because otherwise I don't know what that message would mean. Alright, so we have access to a promotion on this guy immediately. Just like other units, when you spend a promotion on a religious unit, it consumes all of its remaining movement. You want to spend as much movement as you can before taking it. Religious spread eliminates 75% of existing pressure from other religions in the target city, plus 20 religious strength in theological combat, or heals your military units. I think we're going to take Debater here. It looks to me like we are going to be engaging in some fairly serious theological combat in the very near future. That guy's coming back to negate some of our stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and use our last spread so that this guy disappears. That is safer for us than having him get attacked by the Apostle. We are going to keep pushing religious pressure in here. When we use this last spread, it actually might not even be enough to flip Vilnius over. I underestimated how much effort some of the other players were putting into this. Turns out it is not going to be trivial. And our nearest friendly holy site is here. That is rough. Okay, that is just enough to flip them over, which gets us an envoy. They currently do not have a suzerain, so one more envoy, which we did just earn some envoys. We'll get them to flip over to us. That doesn't really help us very much. Like, their suzerain bonus is not useful, and their type bonus is not useful, because we do not have any theater squares anywhere in our empire, so we have no amphitheaters. So I think I'll just save these. I guess we would get some favor from them as long as we held on to them. And I don't really have anything else to do with my envoys. But we're about to... We're sending guys out. We're about to maybe meet more city-states. We should hold on to our envoys until we see one that is maybe a little bit better suited to our task. Let's promote this guy up to Citadel of God. That is definitely worth having. Would be an awful lot of extra faith over time. So now that we have a second-tier government, we have access to the second-tier buildings in the government plaza. Leveraging city-states units is cheaper, and their units are better. Plus spies and spy capacity. We haven't even talked about spy operations. This grants the ability to buy any land unit with faith. And pillaging improvements and districts provides bonus faith. This could be good if we do end up doing a military, sort of a crusade-style thing. Which could happen. Oh, while I'm thinking about it here, let's remember to buy this lighthouse. How long would it take to build the trade unit here? Yeah, let's just go ahead and jam on that. Those government plaza buildings are certainly not bad, but they're also quite expensive. Alright, so we're about to gain access to Theocracy, which will give us a little bit of a bonus in theological combat and additional faith output. And a discount on purchases made with faith. Yeah, pretty good all around. Unfortunately, we are going to lose more housing when we pick it up, but we'll also get another yellow card slot, so we might be able to work Insulay back into our government. We'll see. Oh, okay, good to know. It's good to know how you feel about intrigue. Does he understand that him telling me that is sort of the opposite of intrigue? Obviously, we will not be buying any missionaries right at this moment. So I think let's head just straight this way, right? I'm just looking for their apostles. I want to fight. I want to do religion fights. Okay, for a second there I got all excited because we saw land, but that's not really very useful land. I'm going to have these swordsmen come over here and just kind of hang out in this area for the purpose of fighting Zoroastrians wherever we see them. Aha! Like these ones right here. Well, let's see what our religious combat values look like. We would score a major victory. They have some basic bonuses, but we have this debater promotion, which is just super powerful. The best thing for us, though, would be to wipe out one of their units entirely, like I said, so... we could attack the Apostle this turn. We can only move over toward the Missionary. Yeah, let's start with their Apostle, I suppose. Yeah, wow, that debater promotion is a real thing. That makes a big difference. Alright, in 2 turns we'll have the ability to actually cross these ocean tiles, so I'm just going to hang out over here. Okay, this trade unit probably wants to come down to the capital and help with the construction of this wonder. The city is of the wrong religion, so it's building that religion's holy building. We could instead try to build the Mahabodhi Temple. It's a pretty long build, but 2 free apostles. And also, I'm a little concerned that this city is never going to build anything useful. We would have to either eliminate these deer or this lumber camp that we built. Well, the deer tile is as good as the improved lumber camp. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go for a couple of wonders here. Obviously, this one is going to need some help, but I would also say that that one is less important than the one we're focused on right now. And he really, really wants my faith. Okay, so see, this is how we would do this. He can engage in a formal war with Cristina, which is interesting. Must have been some denouncements flying back and forth. Apparently we've got our first Renaissance era technology, so let's change up our government. We definitely want to be a theocracy. So we don't really need... I mean... +4 combat strength for normal units. This is not the religious, theological strength thing. Unfortunately, is a yellow card. Like, that would be pretty good. This would be pretty good. Yeah, our core holy site has at least 3 adjacency bonus, right? The population of that city is not 10, but... we have our Republican legacy, thanks to the construction of our government plaza building. Man, that's a pretty good card, actually, for us right now. We need more slots for yellow cards, basically. So I don't think we want this. Wars of Religion could potentially be useful, in case we do end up declaring on... what's-his-face? We also could just run Conscription again, because it is at least some free money. And honestly, none of this other red stuff does anything at all. So it's pretty much just Wars of Religion versus Conscription. Or we could run them both, because we're fine on amenities. Actually, yeah, we're totally fine on amenities. Get out of here. Alright, let's do that. Then we have 3 slots that we can place yellow cards in. One of them could be replaced with Republican Legacy. We need housing, but we need faith really badly. The thing is, I don't feel comfortable dropping Craftsman, at least until the Wonder's finished. I think that Simultaneum should be more faith than Scripture. Well, this is just extra faith from buildings and holy sites. Hold on, we can know this. So, like, if we... there's definitely a lens that shows you this. Maybe I just need to get into the city view. The adjacency bonus of this is 3. We do not quite have 10 population here. It would give us plus 20 or plus 50% faith from this holy site. We would not get a bonus to this one, nor this one, nor this one. As it is now, we're getting 1, 2, 3, 6. So the double holy site bonuses is 6 faith. Simultaneum would be plus 50% to the buildings that are in here, which is not higher, right? Because that's 9, so yeah, it would be 4.5 points. Okay, so we don't want to change that out. We definitely need religious orders. These two go away in favor of conscription and wars of religion. And then we don't run Republican Legacy right now, because we have way too many things competing for these slots, even though it is obviously a very good card. Okay, you need to run to Valladolid, because that is the highest industry output trade route. Although, look at that. Trade route to Sterling is starting to look pretty good. Alright, our progress toward medieval fairs is based on us having 4 trade routes at the same time. Where'd that guy go? I wonder if he spent his last charge. Well, it looks like we'll actually completely kill this missionary here. So watch, when we do this, you can see minus their religion plus our religion in all of the nearby cities. You would have seen those over... It only shows them over cities that you have actual vision of, but you would have seen them over all of this stuff too if we had had vision of those places. Yeah, I wonder if their apostle spent his last charge on Dundee just to get dead so that I couldn't kill him. Alright, what do we want to do over here? St. Basil's Cathedral is, despite the word cathedral appearing in its name, not super relevant to a religious victory. We could build a holy site over here, but I honestly don't think that it's terribly valuable to do so. Then what do we want to build? A commercial hub or a harbor gets us in the direction of another trade route, probably worthwhile. And the harbor is a lot cheaper to build because we have more commercial hubs. So if we place a harbor right there, it gets bonus money from these dudes. We have to spend some gold to make that happen, but I think that's worthwhile. Honestly, Antoela is already one of the better cities in our empire. Okay, so now that we have Reformed Church, what is next? What is the next most helpful thing for our religious victory? Humanism is not super relevant. What about the Enlightenment? Not really relevant. Diplomatic service gives us the ability to declare holy wars. Probably not super relevant. I think, honestly, we might be at the peak of our power in regards to religion spreading. So, knowing that it would be tricky for us to make use of any other yellow cards, what do we want to go after? Logistics is not useless. All improved niter and coal resources yield additional resources per turn. Some pretty good ships. Improvements to our camps. That's a pretty solid improvement as well. Yeah, mercantilism seems reasonable. Takes us through medieval fairs, should get us another governor title. Wow, that is a pretty good wonder, actually. Yeah, alright, this seems like a reasonable path to pursue. We're about to get cartography, so we're going to be able to sail across the ocean, building religious buildings just as fast as we can. We do need more workers as well. Another worker or two would be very helpful. You'd speed this up a little bit. Oh hey, it's that apostle. Okay, we've discovered our first Renaissance era tech. +2 gold from all fishing boats. That's pretty great. The Casa de Contratacion is pretty cool. All cities on your non-home continent gain bonuses. Okay, never mind. Turns out it's less good when you read all of the words. Let's blow this dude up for the same bonus. Yep, minus their religion plus my religion. Not enough to flip Cullen back over. I think they spent an awful lot of religious stuff on it. So we have to be careful with our debater. Whoa. Okay, apparently I crossed around the border of the world there. I assume that's why the camera did that thing all of a sudden. Alright, so this guy is not, in fact, going to be able to fight any apostles because they were all already defeated through lightning. Linnaeus is ours, and it is only becoming more ours by the day. Alright, so what's next technologically? We have a couple of harbors going, so the value of the shipyard is pretty much increased. And shipyard gets us real close to industrialization, which is awfully powerful. They would love it if I would declare war on Cristina with them. I am not willing to do this. I don't know anything about Cristina. They want to fight her, but they think they can't do it themselves, maybe? So when I said we want to be careful about this guy, what I meant is we don't want to run all of his spreads out, because I don't want to lose him. I want him to stick around eternally. So for right now, what we probably want to do with him is just run him back and get recovered. The best thing he could do is stay alive and continue to provide combat for us. Yeah, just build temples. Just build up. Build up as much as you can. Actually, no, hold on. Workers. Builders. Oh, 8 turns, huh? That's higher than I was expecting. Well, it is what it is. We need them. There are an awful lot of war declarations flying around. Okay, there was a storm all the way over here, kind of near us. Okay, what have we discovered here? Azania. We have discovered a new continent. Well, new to us, anyway. Possibly a continent that lots of people already live on. What do we want to build here? I guess temples? Yeah, I guess it makes sense to just keep pushing as much, pushing as many faith buildings out as possible. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough builders. Why is there an American settler heading in this direction? Does he think he's going to be able to settle down here and, like, if he settles down there, it's going to be very difficult for them not to flip due to loyalty pressure. Speaking of difficult not to flip due to loyalty pressure. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll be fine, said the citizens of Machu. All mountains smoke a little, right? Yeah. Probably. Alright, so let's move Moksha over here. That's going to deal with a lot of our loyalty problems. Unfortunately, it is going to take him a few turns to get established. Okay, it would take 14 turns of this level of pressure before our city would flip, though. Not a real concern. We might want to get a monument up just in case. But then I also want a builder. We can just buy a builder. We definitely got to get some stuff improved out here. Also could really use a harbor. It would only be 97 turns. Yeah, the city's never going to be awesome. Let's start work on the harbor, because this harbor is going to be extremely good. And I'm just going to buy a builder here. I know it's a little expensive, but... Okay, so now we're starting to see some American holy sites. That's interesting. Also, Swedish boats. Do we want to just make another builder? We have one coming out, one we just built up there. I mean, all of his charges are going to Machu, though. What would be the most useful thing to build here? These buildings are fine, but I'm not sure that they're necessarily huge priorities. I guess we gotta get this workshop done at some point. And buying it is... I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna buy it. Alright, so you just chill out here, rest and repair. He's not actually in the holy site. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of money. I guess he must be really desperate for iron. Okay. He's not actually in the holy site. Does he just have to be in my territory? Have I misremembered how this works? I don't think we want to trade off our Book of Thoughts. Remember, this is producing 12 faith per turn for us because of our religion bonus. Her animations are extremely good. Alright, got ourselves aesthetics and the Medina Quarter, which is great, but unfortunately we just can't afford to use it. Machu is losing loyalty. Yeah, we're working on it. See, the loyalty's already gotten a little better. It'll be fine. Our alliance with Robert has ended. These things just have to be renewed periodically. Hey, buddy. Alright. And would you like to renew our cultural alliance? Yeah, of course you are. He didn't even charge us for it this time. We're about halfway to leveling up. We will want to actually take advantage of that at some point, but at the moment, unfortunately, we have other things that we need to do with our trade routes. So we're definitely just running these trade routes for the purpose of generating extra industry. We could build mines, or we could build terrace farms. A terrace farm with no mountain is just a little bit of food, right? +1 food, half a housing. Yeah, and we don't have freshwater access. This might actually be a good spot for a terrace farm if we do end up building that aqueduct there. Run the aqueduct to the volcano. Wow, look at your very impressive set of wonders here. All surrounding a volcano. Presumably the volcano cannot destroy the wonders? Probably. Let's go ahead and promote you one more time. And get Patron Saint, I guess? So then, people bought in Machu and people bought in Cusco will have the same amount of promotions. It might be worthwhile to move Moksha to the capital at some point, so that we really focus and get as many promotion or get as many charges as possible out of the dudes we get out of the capital. But for right now, I think we need somebody here for the loyalty, and I like him having this pressure. Hopefully we can get New York to hold out. So we're going to have to send somebody up here to convert Machu. And it would probably be a good idea to build a holy site here as well when the city hits a little bit more population. Boy, for a scouting unit, he really doesn't have a lot of vision, huh? Oh, New World Congress time. So we got this luxury thing again that I do not care about at all. And trade routes sent to the chosen player provide plus gold to the sender, and the chosen player receives trade route capacity or cancel international trade routes. Neither one of these are very meaningful to me, honestly. I think we probably will not spend any favor here. Let's say duplicates of turtles. Wait. Turtles is not on the list. Turtles are a luxury resource, though. Oh, yeah, they totally are. It's just not an alphabetical list. Yeah, and then we'll, it'd be cool if people wanted to trade with me, but I'm also not going to actually put any favor in. So that's not going to happen. I wonder if we could get trade routes to Robert to be good, and then maybe we can send some over there and get paid for it. He might be willing to throw in some favor. Trade routes sent to me are good. Oh, did Robert... Okay, well, Teddy and I did both put in on Robert, but Robert went in hard on me. Huh. Weird. Well, we get +1 trade route capacity for the period until the next Congress shows up, so that's cool. And it is still the case that tobacco is worth no amenities because screw whoever has the tobacco. I didn't look, but I feel fairly confident that that was that was Robert's doing, or Teddy's doing rather. Let's set up a mine here because we're gonna need it. Yeah, I think this is right rather than focusing on growth, maybe? Actually, do I think that's the case? Maybe. Can I buy a trader? Yeah, let's take advantage of our increased trade route capacity right away. Get some growth going in that city. Oh, right, I don't have open borders with Roosevelt. I wonder if he'd do that, because he does like us now. Would you be willing to have an alliance? Your ally's religion does not produce religious... Okay, I don't want a religious alliance with him. But, like... Honestly, a military alliance is potentially interesting, because he loves war. We could maybe get him to go to war with Cyrus or something. Let's see if he'll do this. That's a very reasonable price. Absolutely. Hopefully that will keep him from freaking out when I start spreading my religion in his empire again, despite having told him I wouldn't do that. Like this. Yeah, that'll show him. Okay, you guys... Probably what we want to do is put them somewhere near Cullen, right? Yeah, something like that, I think. That'll help them scan the horizon for incoming. This guy is healing very slowly. Let's we'll move him over in a second here and see if it... sure, your embassy is a welcome addition to our capital. He's healing for 12 per turn. If you are actually in the holy site, is it that you just heal faster in the holy site? Machu's totally going to be fine. I'm going to build the terrace farm here. It's not going to be great just yet. We definitely need the trade route to Cusco. It'll give us the food necessary to grow and the industry necessary to get anything at all built. Now that we have open borders, we definitely need to explore here. We know that Cyrus is in that direction. Shooting at this ship probably doesn't really help us very much. And then again, it is XP. Ooh, we actually are starting to see some amenity issues. Okay, we have some extra copies of some stuff. Let's talk to some people who live far away from us. See if they might be willing to... No need of our petty trifles. Well, that's not a good sign for how this negotiation is going to go. Okay, they have, like, cotton, which is a thing we don't have. They have tea. They have a lot of tobacco. Unfortunately, they also have turtles, which is the only thing we have an extra copy of. How about Cyrus? Is it just the case that there are so many turtles in the world that our turtles are never going to be useful? See, he doesn't have any extra copies of luxuries, so he might not be willing to trade. But, as you might have heard, I have strong feelings about elephants. No? You're not willing to... No? Okay. Under any circumstances, he says. Alright, well, we're going to have to actually pursue some stuff that gives amenities then. That's fine. We can do that. Our knowledge of astronomy has advanced. Why did our knowledge of astronomy advance? Wait, what is the bonus for astronomy? Build a university adjacent to a mountain. Okay, it's true, I did do that. Alright, we need a holy site in this city, I think. So this is not a terrible position for one. It's right along the road and everything. I actually like that quite a bit. If we get an extra copy of Citrus with him, we could trade that to Cristina in exchange for one of the things she has extra copies of. So Washington has an awful lot of religious units just sitting around. He's got gurus and warrior monks aren't really religious units. Here, I'm just gonna throw rocks and spears at this boat until we level up. If they're content to sit there and take it, I'm content to sit here and throw them. Oh, that's right. These guys have an extra attack by default. Man, what a good unit. Shame we don't really have a powerful direct use for them. Alright, so once Cusco finishes this wonder, we're probably going to buy a couple of apostles real fast. Move away and pick up... I'm going to guess we'll encounter more hills than forests. It is a total guess. Alright, our apostle is back to full. And this is not a conversion apostle, this is a combat apostle, but let's get him over here. Yeah, that's an awfully long time to wait. Alright, so we improve this. Then we go to Cristina and offer her some extra citrus in exchange for some extra tea. I would also have to pay a little... Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. A fair exchange. Now, seriously, please go away. I'm trying to read. Delegation? No? Okay. Thought it was worth a shot. Man, I wish our units had a little bit more vision. Well, he's just building stuff, like, all right up on top of these volcanoes, huh? Maybe I'm a little too nervous about it. It doesn't seem like the AI considers this to be a dangerous thing to do at all. So Machu is now positive loyalty, thanks to the birth rate and Moksha. Moksha should be, hopefully, affecting the amount of religious pressure. Interestingly, his Moksha is also over here. Oh hey, we did it. It's a beautiful and important monument, and an international intercultural treasure. Unless and until it can be shared by both religions in harmony, which would be a grand idea, it should remain a secular building, honoring both religions who have made it beautiful. That's not how we're going to use it, in fact. A guy whose name I can't pronounce. Yubo Voyovich, maybe? Something similar to that? So hey, that was worth 3 arrow points. It is worth noting that we've not been doing a great job on arrow score here. I have some small concerns. Okay, let's get an extra copy of salt, because it turns out we may need it, and then we have a lot of other tiles that need improvement. I wonder if it might be better to send this guy over this way and try to find some Protestants to shout at. Just keep looking around here. So, Charleston does not have a religion. How do we know? Does it tell us on the religion panel what the holy city of his religion is? Founder America, Holy City, Washington. Okay. It doesn't actually have like a unique marker or anything. So it's actually losing Protestant pressure. I wonder if it's the Zoroastrians. Well, I'll tell you what. If we could convert his holy city over to our religion, when you buy religious units in a city, they are the religion that the city is. So if you convert all of an opponent's holy site cities, they can only buy units that are of your religion, which obviously makes them a lot worse at fighting back. Do we want to pick up any of this stuff? We really don't. We could jam out a trader really quickly. I think that's probably the right play. Just continually push our trade limit up. Now this seems like a fine time to build a temple. Over here... we have the trader already being built. So it might be worth considering an entertainment complex. We're starting to have issues with amenities. Entertainment complexes are like industrial zones in that they can have their bonuses spread over a large area. But if we were going to build an entertainment complex anywhere, probably like somewhere like Valencia makes more sense. Antahuela is so far out to the side of our empire. We could build another campus. We could build another holy site. Man, this city's land is so good. You know what? Actually, I think we probably could just use another builder. We have a lot of tiles that need improving. Alright, so now that we have our wonder, let's purchase some apostles and stuff. Actually, we don't really need that many apostles. I'm going to purchase 1 apostle and a couple of missionaries. We cannot purchase another military unit in this city this turn because there's nowhere for it to spawn. So we'll have to buy some more missionaries after we move these guys out. America has built Renaissance walls in Philadelphia. Oh no, look out. I'm going to have these guys just like park right here. This will give us good vision of any Zoroastrian units coming up through Haddington. Honestly, maybe we want to get into... yeah, it is converting to Zoroastrianism. So it looks like Percy is going to be our main problem. A main problem that perhaps we should consider solving militarily rather than with faith? It's at least worth consideration. So I want to convert the stuff down here with this guy, I think. Yeah, you get me that mine. You move almost as far as you can. 2 extra spreads. Triple strength spreading in other civilizations. I think we should probably take this. So he can push Scotland all the way over into our religion. That'll probably be pretty easy. Alright, a lot of America's civilization or cities just aren't religious at all at this point. So we need to come in here and cover this. I know he's going to be mad about it. We're going to find out exactly what the consequences of that are going to be. And then we definitely need to come in here and push. So Sweden is directly south of Persia. If we came over to Sweden and pushed a bunch of religion here, we might be able to generate enough pressure coming at Sweden from enough different directions that we could keep, coming at Persia from enough different directions that we could keep the religion kind of contained. Let's send a bunch of missionaries to Sweden. Also, I stopped my apostle in our city. Not a smart move there, because now I can't buy as many religious units as I wanted to. You are headed to Scotland. Probably through Cajamarca is the most sensible way. You need to do a bunch of stuff. Let me think here. The capital definitely needs improvements. It's not the place that needs the improvements most urgently, but Entahuela's already building its own. Pretty much all just, like, we need to build improvements up here. As much for the housing as for the extra resource points. Okay, this city's going to convert away on its own, right? We do not get a timer. We just see the little thing is going down. That kind of makes me not want to bother converting it. I want to convert the stuff around it and let it just fall to pressure. Like I said, over here, we're just kind of running, looking for somebody to get into a fight with. So now we have some idea what this looks like. This border extending out like this could just be from Philadelphia. Yeah, I don't think it looks like there's... I mean, it's hard to tell. There could be land that comes up here, and there could be a city up there, is what I'm thinking. And if we're going to convert all of Washington's cities, we need to know where they are. Let's see if we can get open borders from Cristina. What would it take for this? Oh, 7 entire gold, huh? I can do that. Also, no? How about while we're here, what if I just gave you... Oh, I shouldn't give her salt. She doesn't have salt. We should trade salt. But she doesn't have a luxury to trade back, right? She won't trade something she only has 1 copy of. Not at a reasonable price, anyway. We already have tea from her, and the tobacco isn't worth anything. What is this? Offer blocking deal. I'm not asking you for that. I don't even want your city. I mean, no, that's not true. I extremely want your city. Here. A gift. For you. Some salt. It goes great with books. Everybody loves to just read a book while really going to town on a salt lick. Seems to keep our horses pretty happy. A gradient dust storm. So it's actually fertilized some tiles here. It looks like it hasn't damaged anything. Ooh, shipyards. There are some cities where we have some pretty good adjacency bonuses. Yep, it has in fact deposited a point of food in the middle of the Great Victoria Desert. Huh. I don't really know what to make of that, to be perfectly honest with you. Alright, I suppose we ought to get on this university. Unfortunately, there's no way to set a unit to just, like, wake up if you detect enemy religious units. So we're just gonna have to come over here and check on him manually, periodically. I think we're just gonna send this guy down, like... Do I even want to spend any of his charges over here, or do I think that Apostle has it under control? Let's go up to here and try to... Oh, hey. Hey, man, what's up? Let's go and have a quick chat with that Apostle over there. This guy's just headed for Scotland. Okay, we're going to start making some pretty serious strides here. Capital no longer needs the trade route. quite so badly. Oh, you know what? This is the new one we just built, actually. Yeah, the capital doesn't need it so badly, so why don't we run... where would the industry really be needed? I suppose Madrid. We're going to finish that wonder in any reasonable amount of time. Oh, you know what? You guys need to be in a tile where you can get into the water. I don't think that Cristina should be too upset with us for spreading religion inside her borders, since she doesn't have a religion naturally. Oh, hey, look, Mexico City. They would love it if we would trigger the Eureka for square rigging, which is to say, to kill a unit with a musket man. That feels unlikely. What's their deal? Regional effects from your industrial zone and entertainment complex reach 3 tiles farther. That is an awesome city-state. We definitely want to put at least one envoy in here, because orange city-states give you production in the capital when producing stuff that is not units. And the type bonus at 3 is extra workshop production as well, so that's pretty good. We probably will not be able to be suzerain. It seems like Teddy Roosevelt's taken that pretty seriously, and I understand that. That's a really good bonus. So now we have a kind of a difficult question. We're not really sure what the situation is inside of Cristina's empire. If there are Zoroastrian missionaries and apostles running around over there, then we should buy an apostle to send over there right now. If not, it probably makes more sense to just buy 2 missionaries. I don't really have any idea what the right play is. I'm going to buy the 2 missionaries. And we'll just see how it works out. Oh hey, we're at 75 minutes into this recording already. This guy thinks he's so clever. He thinks he's got this missionary. Oh, Cusco hit 10 population. That's pretty cool. This dude does not understand what is about to happen to him. Okay, so even more elephant belief. Now our units will, I believe your units do spread less effectively when they are injured. So we gotta bring him back to friendly territory. That's alright, we didn't have any super immediate uses for him anyway. One thing we're definitely doing is constructing this mine. You are getting in the water. You are also headed over there. The dust storm continues to move around and deposit resources, and it's not really doing a lot of damage, it seems like. It says 2 tiles damaged. It did not... Okay, nothing in our holy site needs to be repaired. Oh, I see. It did damage the thing here. Well, we have a builder who can fix it. It's not a big deal. So you are also just going this way. This guy is going to go and convert Sterling and Haddington. You definitely just need to run trade routes to places that produce industry. Okay. One thing we need to do is try to get an eye on exactly what the situation with Cyrus's cities is. How many of them there are. Ooh, she's already got, like, electricity. They've invented electricity in Sweden. I suppose we should maybe have figured that out. Oh, it's our industrial zone. It's the workshop that's damaged. Okay, that's not really a builder thing. And we've earned ourselves a... Oh! We earned a great scientist. Instantly builds a library and university in this district, and universities produce +2 science in all of our cities for the rest of the game. Okay, you can see here, we're at 305 of 240. What happened here is that whoever actually earned this, and by that of course I mean Scotland, decided that they didn't want it for whatever reason, and they passed on it. Thus, the sudden discount. Well, we'll definitely take that guy. I like that quite a bit. So, for optimal usage, what we want to do with him is we want to take him to a brand new campus and have it set up, have him set up a library and a university immediately. That means we're going to have to build a new campus somewhere, which is definitely something we should do anyway. We have the ability to do that in Antuela? We totally do. Yeah, that might be the play. Put it right here where... Was that not a terrace farm? Did that get unterrace farmed by the sandstorm? It was a terrace farm for sure. Okay. Well, we'll fix that. But yeah, we'll put a campus right here, I guess. Alright, let me build queue that. You know what? Here we go. Queue the workshop repair. There we go. We haven't really been using the build queue, but I should. Alright, so great people can just be teleported from city to city. You don't have to actually manually run him over there. Which is probably something he's pretty happy about, not having to run through the dust storm. So we definitely need to get a little bit more era score going. It looks like we're probably not going to be able to golden age this time, but I bet we'll be able to get a normal age. Let's do one more turn, because I want to start the conversions over here. Persia is denouncing Sweden. None of this other stuff is particularly meaningful to us. The dust storm has petered out. It did nothing on its last turn. That's good. Teddy Roosevelt's building wonders that have the word army in their names, in case you were wondering where his head's at. You just need to... Well, he's going to have to be in the district to do the thing, but we'll move him over there and then just have him rest. Should also get in the water. That should also get over there. And he's ready to put down a city in approximately the position that I wanted to put a city down in, but I guess we'll see if anything actually comes of it. If he does put that city down, we might build one down there somewhere. And then, like, he's in no position to stop us from taking him over with loyalty pressure. So what do I think I want to take this guy up here. I think the plan is still solid. Want to head up here, but we're not so much looking for Protestants to shout at as Zoroastrians at this point. Okay, so this guy's able to balance out that city. Plus 660 is pretty okay. And Washington actually has a city across the water there. Washington, Roosevelt, you know what I mean. Does America have a... Hold on. I don't actually know what his power is off the top of my head. So plus 5 combat strength on the home continent... Oh, America. This one, diplomatic favor per turn. Okay, so... Nothing having to do with loyalty, then. Just wondering if he has some reason that he might want to believe that this city wouldn't get converted. Alright, well. Oh, this guy needs to rest and repair. Oh, that is not a holy site. It will be a holy site in 8 turns. Well, shoot. Yeah, so see, some of your religious units cannot just heal up in your territory. It's probably in or adjacent to a holy site. I bet that's how it works. Actually, is it faster? Yeah, it's totally faster for him to just run over here. Yes. Yeah, I will trade an extra copy of Turtles for that. That's fine. Scotland is denouncing Sweden. Looks like some amount of international consensus is building against Sweden. I don't think that helps us very much. Let's go and pasture these horses, because not only does that give housing, but it'll give extra industry. That's a 110 turn conversion. That's going to be a little bit slow for my taste. We managed to push that way over. It will not be completely trivial to flip back, which is good. Well, let's get in the water and see what's going on over here. Do I want to declare war on him? Sorry, yes, I absolutely want to declare war on him. Am I going to? We might be able to trust the barbarians to take care of it. I think barbarian units will kill religious units. And if a religious unit is slain by military, You get the same negative religion pressure effect as if it was killed by theological combat. You just don't get a corresponding positive religion pressure. Because I don't necessarily want to give Cyrus a heads up here. I wonder if condemning religious units causes grievances, because you are using your military units to kill civilians. I could see that being that. I could see that working that way. I don't know. That's something that's maybe worth thinking about. Hold on. Let's. We're gonna end the game here or we're gonna end the episode here in a second before ending the turn. Let me move all my other stuff. All right. So he has laid down San Francisco. He's gonna move a governor in there for sure. And we're just going to. We're probably gonna settle a city down here now somewhere. I definitely want to put 2 envoys in Mexico City just to get this type bonus. Then I think we'll hold on to our last envoy, because I don't know that we have anything terribly useful to do with it. Okay, so we're gonna think real hard about whether we want to declare surprise war on Cyrus. Was there anything else I wanted to do this turn? I mean, we have the faith to buy more units. I probably will at this point save up for an apostle. Not a huge amount of saving up. But religious pressure for elephants is positive here, and we've turned off the negative there. We convert sterling. This whole area will just be feeding, you know, a great big positive feedback loop for elephant pressure. Unfortunately, I believe religious pressure only reaches 10 tiles, so all of this stuff is not going to affect the core of America at all. But with Vilnius and New York pretty thoroughly devoted to our religion, and Moksha in Machu pushing, I mean, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we are not reaching Baltimore with that pressure, but we are hitting Philadelphia with it. Yeah, I bet we can wipe out Protestantism, realistically, before the end of next episode, and then it's just going to be a matter of either killing Cyrus so that he can't generate any more religious units, or somehow forcing our religion through his entire empire. I'm not exactly sure what the plan will be on that. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when I yet again go 30 minutes over the amount of time I intend to record, and we'll see you then.